Yes, the host, my name is Ongwa Ivan. My center number is UG 0907 00124. That is my identity at the Abiriambati Child Development Center. Meanwhile, I'm not alone. I'm with my friend, that is Maleni, a friend with whom we have been growing together. We have been sharing things together. Maleni, it's a privilege to be with you this beautiful morning.
Okay, thank you so much, Brother Ivan, for hosting me for this great program.
Yes.
Okay, as I said, I'm called Gilan Maleni, a beneficiary of Abiriambati CDC, with the center number UG 0907 00010. That's my identification number from Abiriambati CDC.
Yeah. Otherwise, as I said, it's really a pleasure being with you this morning. We're just going to share what God has done to our lives, to our viewers this morning. And I know someone who is watching us is really going to pick something out of what we're going to share at this time. Can you just tell to the viewers who you are and perhaps how you came into existence in compassion?
Okay, thank you so much. As I said before, I'm called Gilan Maleni. I'm born of a family of 4 children, where I'm the second born.
I know there are a lot of children where we are living, over thousands of children are there. And then how are you able to make it amongst those ones to qualify for this center program?
Yeah, it's really hard to explain that. Because sometimes I sit down and reason as if it's always God's plan to do everything. Because you know there are very many people suffering outside. To identify this is the most passion suffering or this is the most vulnerable group, it's really hard to identify. I mostly just conclude that it was God's plan to do it in my life. My father divorced my mom when I was 3 months old. So things became hard. My mom really struggled to raise us up. Then she sells fried sweet potatoes for survival, to earn a living and everything. Things became hard, medication, school fees, feeding and other things became hard. She really struggled, like they could chase you home for school fees. By the time you reach home, there's no money, then there's no food at home. You could sleep hungry for sometimes 2 to 3 days hungry without eating, not even having breakfast. Sometimes you have 1 meal the whole day.
Maleni, what are the things that compassion is doing for you up to now? What are those things that you have really acquired from them that you cannot forget in your life?
I came into compassion when I was 7 years old, when I was in P3 right? Then from that time, a lot of things came into my life. One of it is about the spiritual aspects. From that time, it was really hard for me to read Bible, preach to people, go out for outreaches. Then also Bible studies, I didn't involve myself into that. Which means they brought in many things like outreach, conferences, then also youth camps and other things that helped me along my spiritual life. Then different skills were also introduced in, like cake baking, like this tailoring stuff and other weaving. And let me also talk about the education life. From P3 to, let me say, high school level, they paid part of it, but let me say they really helped me in that. Like they could pay half of the school fees, and my mom, though she struggled for it and at least managed to push me up to senior 6.
Yes.
Then currently, as I told, I completed senior 6 in 2019. Then currently, I'm at the university for my second year at Busitema University doing agricultural course. When I reached university level, things became hard and my mom really could not support me in that. Then I had to go and explain to the people, to the compassion, and they came in, and currently as I talk, they pay 100% of my tuition and everything. Yeah. Let me talk about the medical and health issues, and let me say general, the treatment issues. They really helped me from P3 up to now. They still continue helping me. When I reached senior 6, that was in 2019, I developed some conditions where at first I just felt sick. Then I went to the hospital and they got malaria and typhoid. As soon as I finished the medication, and that medication, it was the compassion that came in and provided the proper medication. It was proper, not that it was partly done, it was proper. That was proper, and then after finishing the medication, I developed some condition where one side of my left side became paralyzed. It was hard for me to walk, not even mere standing, it was hard for me. I was taken to a hospital, though I was somehow managed, but it was not proper, which means I kept on mixing it with prayers and other things, but still, the compassion didn't leave me behind. I pushed up to some time, for some months, it became at least fair. Then after I finished Senior 6, then I stayed the whole of 2020, I was fine. Then it also came in when I risked for last 2021 when I joined the university for my first year. When my left side got paralyzed again, I was managed at a hospital, but they failed. Then a hospital referred me to Kuluba Hospital, just because there were some doctors who came from Kampala. The normal camps were every year to like, let me say, do checkups like that. So the compassion advised mom to take me to meet those doctors. And then I was taken to Kuluba Hospital. Then the doctors were like, the machines for checking the stuff is not around, so they should take me to Zambia Hospital. Then when they gave me the treatments, bills and other things, it was really hard, and it was really hard for mom to raise up that money. And then mom had to go to the compassion and say it with the PD. Then when she tried to say it with the PD was like, it's okay, they have to take me because the condition kept on worsening every day. So from that time, since it was hard for me to stand and walk on my own, I started using crutches for walking. Then because supporting me was hard for mom, one became weak and other things. Then they supported me. I went to Zambia Hospital where I stayed there for 3 weeks and some days. Then the treatment, bill, feeding, transport was all catered for by the compassion. Then when I got there, the bill came in, and mom was really worried about how she was going to cater and pay the bill, though she had said a date with the compassion. And she really got scared because the bill was too much. It was 7.7 million and 500 something. It was really huge, and she was really worried about that. And then when we came back after I getting well, when we are still there, feeding and other things were still catered by the compassion. Then also our transport back was also catered for by them. Then by the time we came back, and when I was well, okay, before I reached there, I left the crutches that side of the hospital, which means that time I came back when I was fine. It was a proper treatment. Up to now, as you've seen, I'm not fine.
I really appreciate God for that. Indeed, I remember a verse in the Bible, that is Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11, for that I know the plans I have for you. Indeed, that was really God's plan for you to do all those things through compassion. Otherwise, it was really a sad thing, and it was really a trying moment. But we just say thank God that today you are safe. At least you have crossed the river to go to Besitema, and everything is now fine. I think to our viewers that you have really said a lot. She has really given us a lot, and this is something that a Lord has really done into our life. As she said before, indeed compassion really came in at the right moment for me and also for her. Yeah. We grew up together with Maleni and sisters and 8. We were just small in size, but today at least we have the potential. All this just because of what they have given for us, and really say thank God for them. As I said, 2008 was when we were registered for the program. I remember by then I was in P2. Of course, she was in front of me, so I was in P2. and they came in. I was like, for me, I was registered in a very funny way. It happened that most of the children were registered. It was now late. Yeah, it was now late in the evening when actually I was the last person. I just, when I sometimes think about this, I just say thank God, because I was the last person who was taken. But I was really, I don't know how to express it, but I just want to say thank God that I was registered. In 2008 up to now, I'm really enjoying the benefit of compassion. From primary 2 up to senior 3, they were paying part of my school fees, and also my grandfather was paying the other part. My things wasn't. Since senior 3 up to now, currently I'm in senior 6, they are the ones paying 100% of my school fees, and I'm really very glad for this that they are doing into my life. And I know, God willingly, and also have that determination, I have that hope that next year I will join my sister Maleni in the campus, and life will continue normal for me. And then, as you really said with our viewers, there are a lot of things that compassion is doing into my life and also into her life. There are so many aspects that the normal nurture us through. She really clearly gave us the things that compassion normally give for us as the beneficiaries in CDC. And as I say, spiritual aspects, those are the key things that they give for us. Spiritual aspects, they are very strong. Health issues, there's no joke with them. They really do their best, to the extent if they were able to cater for your medical bills, which was 7 point something, that even your mom, who is selling sweet potatoes, could not easily afford. It was really going to be very hard. And the same applies really to me. I remember there was a time when I was really down. There was a terrible disease. My dear, I was off. I developed some typhoid for the very first time. I remember it was the first of its kind in senior 4. I developed typhoid, and I was taken to Radiology Medical Health Center for that treatment. And I remember it was the first of its kind for me to have cannula on my hands. It was really so strange, but I just want to say really thank God for compassion. All these aspects that they are giving for us, the spiritual aspects. I remember when I was small, I used to fear reading the Bible. It was very hard. I used to see Bible something which was just rubbish. But when they came in, they really introduced those spiritual aspects for me. Today, I can clearly say that I'm able to memorize more than 5 memory verses because they have really nurtured me very well. I remember my first memory verse when they taught us, it was John chapter 11 verse 35. You remember that moment? The simplest one. Yes, it was the best. Jesus, that was my first memory verse. I remember when they gave us in compassion. And then up to now, spiritual issues, I can preach the word of God. I have ever preached to people, and people have really given their lives to Jesus Christ. And that's not where I'm going to stop. You know what my target is? I must preach to millions of people, not only in this country, but also outside the country. That is my target, and I know one day, one time, I will achieve it in Jesus' name. Yeah. What can you just tell our viewers at this moment? What is your word for them at this time?
I really lack words up to now. Not even word of thanks. I don't know how I can explain it now. I really extend my sincere gratitude. I great thanks to the sponsors, actually my sponsor, and the compassion for the work they have really done in my life. I really do just like words for them. Then God should just bless them abundantly, since God blesses the hand that gives more than the hand that receives. Because they normally give it to us, and then we are the ones to receive. I just wish that God should give more to them, so that they also extend it to other people. They should not stop with that.
Yes, thank you for watching us at this time. I'm really grateful for your time, and I know you have really taken what we have discussed at this time. Otherwise, Maleni, it has been a pleasure being with you all the way from Busitama to come here and express yourself to our viewers at this moment. I just want to say thank you very much for your time. Yes, thank you for your time, and have best of your time.